Hello, everybody out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more. Well, I guess we're done talking about this damn episode. Oh my god, man. It's 6 videos. Do I really need 6 videos to talk about one episode? That's ridiculous, isn't it? What the hell was I thinking? Why did I just keep going on so long? I guess I have a lot to say. But I promise you, I'm going to try to keep the videos a lot less, okay? I don't want to be making 6 videos for one episode. For like a 45-minute episode. That's ridiculous, man. I don't know. At least you can't say I'm not passionate. I am passionate about this show. Okay, I don't even watch chick shows, really. Okay, this is the only one. Okay, but I do review chick flicks. Okay, that's what I do on this channel. And it was this show that inspired me to do it. After I reviewed and Just Like That, Just Like Crap season 1, I decided that I was going to go back and watch every single episode of Sex and the City, and I was going to review those. And I did. And it's on this channel if you don't believe me, okay? So I know my Sex and the City, okay? I know my Sex and the City, okay? And Sex and the City was not a realistic show at all. I know a lot of women swore by it. Oh my God, they got it so right. Oh, that's exactly the way women's dating lives are. Oh my God, no, it's not. No, it's not, okay? And the reason I can say that is because there were really no men on Sex and the City. Okay, those weren't real men. They did not act like real men. Those were a gay guy's ideas of what men are. Okay, and that's why I decided to review Sex and the City, because I wanted to tell you ladies that are watching these videos what men really do and how they really act in these situations. Okay, because the show's not going to tell you. Okay, and this show's not going to tell you. Okay, there's no straight guys in the show. Every man on the show is a closeted homosexual. Okay, so they don't know what they're talking about, but I do, and I'm not gay. I know, it probably hurts your feelings, okay? But I'm not gay. That's why I'm going to tell you what you are not prepared to listen to, okay? That's the question you got to ask yourself, okay? Is can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Because I know damn well you can't, but you're going to get it anyway. That's what I give you here. I give you the truth. Straight man's point of view. That's what I'm not one of these gay guys going to tell you how fabulous Carrie's hair was. None of that crap, okay? I'm going to tell you what's realistic and what's not realistic, okay? And I know it's going to burst your bubble. I'm going to hurt your feelings because you think everything that happens in the show is so realistic and is so true. Just like on Sex and the City. No, it's not. No, it's not. I know you women loved Samantha. I thought Samantha was very entertaining. She was a standout of the show. Absolutely. Very entertaining. I loved watching Samantha on screen. I love hearing her talk. Okay. But a woman like that in real life is not attractive to men. I know that hurts. Oh, did I just hurt your feelings? Oh, did you just find out Santa Claus isn't real? Okay, but it's true. A woman like Samantha is not attractive to men. Okay, but if a straight guy had been involved in writing that show, you would have known that. But, there's no straight guys involved in that. Okay, so they're going to keep feeding you this stupid fantasy, and you're going to keep believing it. Okay, and I feel bad for the generation of girls that watched Sex and the City and thought that was real, because those women are now older and they know better. Unfortunately, they're not as pretty as they used to be. They got a bunch of kids now from different dads. They're divorced, twice divorced, living off of somebody's alimony check, trying to regain their youth, stuffing their face with Botox, getting addicted to Ozempic, getting fucking the fat sucked out of them. It's just ridiculous. Liposuction, all that crap. All right, it's disgusting. It's sad. You don't see guys doing that. You don't see, at least not in the nearly record numbers that women are doing it. Okay, nowhere near as much as women are doing it. Okay, it's not the men that keep the plastic surgeons in business. All right, nowhere near. Okay, so don't tell me about how much of a boss bitch and self-confident you are, okay, and how you don't need no man, and you can do everything that man can do and better. Get the fuck out of here. You know what you can do better than us? You can go to fucking plastic surgeons, spend a lot more money on plastic surgeons than we can. You got us beat on that, that's for sure. All right, moving right along. Let's actually finish talking about this episode. I got a lot to get into here. Okay, I need my C4. Damn it. Now, I remember when Carrie was dating Aiden. It was around the time of 9/11. It was around that time, 2000, 2001. And I remember when she was cheating on him. And I remember when he took her back and forgave her. And I remember when she called off their engagement because he wanted to marry her right away, and she didn't want to get married. She didn't even wear the engagement ring on her ring. She wore it around her neck. Okay, I mean, and she forgot that she was engaged too. I remember that too. One of her Jewish friends came in there and said, "What was that around your neck?" She's like, "Oh, what?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm engaged." Like that kind of thing, like she forgot that she was engaged. Okay, so you know, Carrie's not this wonderful, loving person that we thought she is. And on this show, all the trepidation comes from her relationship with Aiden. Okay, Aiden is making demands on her that she doesn't feel she can meet. He doesn't want to start a relationship with her for another 5 years. They're actually not supposed to be communicating right now. That she's supposed to wait 5 years for him to get done raising Wyatt. Okay, and then they're going to get together. Okay, she bought this whole house for them that he's not even gonna go visit for the next 5 years. Okay, well, obviously that can't happen. You can't have a show like that. So they've been breaking their own rules. He's been going to New York to visit her. She came to Virginia to visit him. Okay, she met his crazy ass ADHD son. You know, so like they broke their own rules. Okay, and it makes no sense. Realistically, this would never happen. Okay, and I don't understand why Aiden would fall in love with Carrie when he's got so much baggage of his own. It's not fair to her. Okay, and she's not trustworthy. I mean, she fucked him over big time. Okay. You know, so why would you fall in love with a woman like that? Okay, I get it. The first time you didn't know any better, but after the second time she fucked you over, you knew better. You knew better, and you still did it anyway. Okay, so it's hard for me to feel sorry for Aiden and his situation because he asked for it. He asked for it. And it's hard for me to believe that Carrie is so in love with Aiden and he means everything to her. And that's why she's suffering through all this waiting, the empty house, you know, the anxiety attacks over whether or not he's going to call her back about the table, you know, things like that. Okay, that's all her drama stems from her feelings with Aiden. This is a man that you fucked over. Okay, this is a man that you fucked over a long time ago. You can't go back in time and fix it. Okay, that's not realistic. Okay, but that's what she's trying to do. That's what the writers are trying to do. They're trying to get her to go back in time and fix it so that people would know you can't. You can't. Now, I understand people make mistakes. I've made plenty myself. Okay, I'm not saying that Carrie is damaged goods from now on because she cheated on her boyfriend. What I'm saying is she needs to own up to that. Okay, and she needs to face the consequences of that. Okay, and one of the consequences of fucking over the guy that was in love with you is that you're probably never going to see him again. Okay? Or more likely he's moved on. He's gotten with someone a lot better than you. Someone who won't fuck him over. But you don't see that on this show. No. Aiden just happened to be still single and available. And he wasn't doing anything except jerking himself off. You know? Couldn't wait to see Carrie again. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. Okay? This is just them writing for Carrie. Oh, let's let Carrie do this and Carrie can do that. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, Aiden's got his own problems, and because he can't be there for Carrie exactly when she needs him to be, now Carrie's got to do something else. Now she's got to rethink her relationship. You should have rethought it last fucking season. You should not have agreed to this shit. All of this is of her own making, therefore I do not feel sorry for her. I don't care about her relationship with Aiden, not the way I did on Sex and the City, okay? Because she fucking did this to herself. She did this to herself, okay? So no, I don't care if Aiden never sees her again. I don't care if she cheats on Aiden. She's done it before. What the fuck else what else is new? They've already done that story before, okay? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what happens with her and Aiden. I don't care about her crying over Aiden, about Aiden being there for her, about whether or not Aiden's needed with her, or whether he's needed back in Virginia with his sons. I don't care. I don't care because Carrie did all this to herself. You see what I mean? Anyway. So moving right along, Carrie is at Aiden's family. She's at the house in Virginia. Aiden's ex-wife is there, Kathy, and she brought their oldest son, Tater Tot, there. Okay, so he's there too. Okay, they're celebrating his 21st birthday. Okay, they're playing board game. They're playing I don't know what the game was. Okay, I've never played that game before. They're playing a board game, all right? So everyone's sitting there. The only one who's not sitting there is Bob. Bob is Kathy's boyfriend, okay? He's over there sitting at the bar somewhere away from the family on his cell phone watching gay porn, okay? In his pink shirt, his khaki pants, and sipping his martinis or his Cosmo, or the fuck chick drink it is that he's drinking, all right? Minding his own business, watching gay porn, all right? So while he's doing that, everyone else is playing this board game, okay? Bob, like I said, is getting drunk by himself. You know, and Wyatt, of course, is being an asshole. Okay, now I know the kid's got ADHD. I know he's dangerous. He already crashed a car and almost died because he got too fucking drunk, even though he was like 14 years old. But that was 2 years ago. Okay, and and he's not on medication. He needs to be on Adderall, but his dad, Aiden, does not want to put him on. He doesn't want to get hooked on Adderall. Okay, he's got addiction issues as it is, that kind of thing, whatever. So the whole subplot about Kathy tricked Carrie into smuggling Adderall into the house, like that was ever going to work. Anyway, so Aiden does, Aiden does a dad bod Elvis dance. Apparently he thinks he's a great dancer. He does the whole, with his beer belly. He had a beer belly back in the early 2000s too, okay? But he's definitely got one now that he's older, okay? He's doing his dance, and I guess Carrie finds that sexy or something. I don't know. I that's ridiculous to me when guys do that, okay? I know it's supposed to be a joke, but where do you draw the line between it being a joke and it being pathetic and desperate, okay? It's a very fine line. Okay, so him doing that is just like, oh my God, why you got to be such a fucking idiot? You're embarrassing yourself. This is cringe, and I would never do that. And I don't have a dad bod. But anyway, moving right along. So he's doing that, acting like an idiot, dancing like he's Elvis or some shit. All right. And then Wyatt gets upset. He starts yelling. He starts throwing the F word, the F bomb around, just like Donald Trump does when Israel breaks the ceasefire. Anyway, he's throwing the F bomb around. Okay. And Wyatt, he's complaining to Wyatt, no one ever picks me. No one ever picks me in these games. Jesus, fuck. Fuck you both, okay? I'm not playing anymore. And he gets up and walks away. He's a little fucking asshole. He's a little fucking entitled, spoiled brat asshole, okay? So that's going on. Okay, Aiden gets up, and goes over to Wyatt. Wyatt's on the couch now playing with his Nintendo Switch, okay? And Wyatt goes over and he's playing, and Aiden follows him and tells him, hey, no, you're going to play. You're going to get back over there and play and quit embarrassing me here in front of everybody, And everybody else is playing. You should be playing too. He's like, oh, Bob's not playing. Bob's not playing. And Bob's just like, yeah, that's right. I'm not playing. I'm just over here drinking my Cosmo and watching my gay porn. Like that, in my pink shirt. Like that, right? Okay. And Aiden tells Wyatt to turn off the goddamn Nintendo Switch and get back to the table and continue playing the game. All right? And of course, Carrie's freaking out, right? Carrie's like, oh. Like, she's like, oh, what the hell, dude? I'm in the middle of all this. Oh, my God. Domestic problems and shit. My boyfriend's kids are disrespecting me. Like, I don't deserve this. Okay, well, welcome to our fucking world, Carrie. This is what it's like for us to date a single fucking mom, okay? This is the shit that men put up with all over the world, or especially in the United States. Because in this country, we lead the world in single moms, okay? So get the fuck over it. This is the shit that we have to deal with over and over and over again. And you don't fucking see us complaining about it. And they don't make fucking episodes about us and the shit we have to go through, okay, with our girlfriend's fucking kids. They don't fucking respect us. They don't fucking like us. They treat us like fucking shit and we can't say a goddamn thing about it. Because they're not our kids. Okay? So get the fuck over it like we do. We don't fucking cry about it. We suck it up. If we gotta leave her, we gotta leave her. Okay? Okay, but this is just a tiny little taste of the things that men out there go through when they're dating a fucking single mom. So don't fucking cry to me about this shit. Anyway. So Wyatt says, like, it's not a family game with them here. Nobody cares about me. That kind of thing, the usual shit. Okay, and Tate, the oldest one, is like, oh, here we go again. Poor me, poor Wyatt. My parents got divorced. Boo-hoo-hoo. Okay, and so, of course, that Wyatt goes like, fuck you, Tate, then fuck you. And Kathy looks at Aiden and says, like, okay, you see what I mean, Aiden? You see? This is the reason I told Carrie to smuggle the Adderall over here, okay? Don't you understand that he needs it? Okay, this is what happens when he doesn't take Adderall. He has ADHD. He needs Adderall. I don't understand why on earth you won't let him take the Adderall. This is what he needs. That kind of thing, And Aiden looks at her. Now he's pissed off. Everyone's pissed off now. He's like, because he's already got substance abuse issues as it is, Kathy. And you want to load him up on pills? And Kathy says, like, he's got ADHD. I don't think, painting a house is going to help with that. Because that's what he's been doing. He's been getting them to do stuff around the house. And Aiden says, like, you're the one who asked Carrie to mule your shit down here from New York. Nobody asked you to get her or Bob involved. Bob, what do I got to do with it? I'm just sitting here drinking my Cosmo and watching gay porn. Why am I involved in this whole thing? This has nothing to do with me. Why do you got to bring my name into it? Why am I being talked about? Why am I? That kind of shit. And Hank goes like, I don't need his opinions on how to raise my family. Kathy's like, oh, so it's your family now, huh? Well, of course it is, you fucking bitch. You're not there. You're not taking care of your sons. Okay, you're out there globetrotting, okay, with your limp dick beta male soy boy boyfriend Bob, okay? So what the fuck? Of course he's talking about his family. You're not fucking there to raise them. The only one you've got is fucking 21-year-old Tate, who fucking should be living in his own place by now. You see what I mean? She's not raising her fucking kids. So what the fuck? I think the person who actually has custody of the kids should be the one that has the final say. I mean, what the hell? Anyway, so that's what's going on here. All right, so that's going on. And then Tate says like, oh, great birthday. Because this is his 21st birthday. This whole thing was his 21st birthday. That's why Aiden asked Carrie to stay, is to help him celebrate his oldest son's 21st birthday. That's what all this was about. It's supposed to be festive. It's supposed to be a happy time. Carrie getting to meet his sons for the first time. That kind of thing, And now Wyatt's ruining it. Okay, and then Homer says, fuck you, Wyatt. Okay, Homer's the middle son. Wyatt's the youngest, and Wyatt's like, no, fuck you, Homer. Fuck you all. Okay, and then he gets up and he leaves. He storms out of there. Okay, and they just watch him go. Okay, and then all of a sudden Wyatt shows up. Okay, with a pitchfork and smashes the fucking window, which shocked Carrie's like, like that. He smashes the fucking window right next to the table where they were playing their game. Okay, that's the kind of kid that Wyatt is. Okay, he's just this little fucking asshole. Okay, who thinks he's one of the Hanson twins, he's in the Hanson boy band or whatever. He takes a pitchfork and just smashes it, right? So what do you call it? That's going on here. Carrie, of course, is shitting herself now. Okay, and everyone's shocked that Wyatt did that. Okay, now they're not shocked that he crashed the fucking car, okay, when he was drunk, okay, but they're shocked that he took a pitchfork to the fucking window. Okay, I've said this in other videos, I'm going to say it again, okay, real quickly here. Wyatt needs to be in an institution. He's a danger. He's a threat to himself and to everybody else, okay? He does not need to be living at home with his fucking dad. Okay, he needs to be in a place where he can be supervised 24/7, where he can get the correct amount of medication, okay, where he can be monitored and supervised, okay, and taught how to deal with his own ADHD, okay? He doesn't need to be fucking living with Aiden. This is ridiculous. This makes no fucking sense, okay? Aiden does not have the fucking medical knowledge to squeeze a fucking pimple, much less treat his ADHD son, okay? The kid needs professional help, okay? He's a danger to himself and to other people as well, okay? He's violent. He's not just an asshole, he's violent, okay? Anyway. So Carrie's holding her mouth, okay? Aiden chases after Wyatt outside. Okay, the very next scene, we see the car pulling away. Bob and Kathy are leaving now. Okay, and Aiden and Carrie are by themselves there on the porch of his house. And she asks him, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I need to go take a swim, Carrie, a real swim this time." Because earlier he told his boys that he was going for a swim, but he wasn't. He actually was having sex with Carrie. But now he tells her, "I need to take a swim for real this time." So he walks, I guess, in his clothes, fully dressed. He walks over to a lake and just jumps in and starts swimming in his clothes. Yeah, he does. Yeah. That's never explained why. Okay, next scene here is Joy. Joy and Miranda, that story arc. Okay, Joy's friends. Okay, Joy is the British ugly lesbo that looks like Miranda but has a British accent and longer hair that Miranda's got the hots for. Anyway, she brought a bunch of her gay British friends over to Carrie's house because that's where Miranda is staying, because Miranda is house sitting while Carrie's in Virginia. All right. So that's going on. Okay, they're leaving because they're all drunk and gay and shit. All right. Miranda stops Joy right before she walks out the door. Miranda tells her that she was way too quiet tonight. And how come you couldn't make eye contact with me? Every time I looked at you, you looked away. Okay. And Miranda says like, I think I know why. It's because you gave me a chance. You gave me a chance when you put that camera in front of me and gave me the microphone, and I ruined it because I said wild cunt, okay? And now I'm a meme and a joke, okay? And you can't even be bothered to look at me now, so I understand, And it's sad, Joy, because, we could have been, we could have had, a drink, tea, and something. Like that. Who the fuck writes this shit? I'm pretty sure even lesbians don't talk this way to each other when they're flirting with each other. Seriously, they don't, okay? All right? And then Joy says like, no. It's when I realize that I'm attracted to a butt ugly woman that I tend to shut down. And I am, you wild cunt. And before you kiss me, you have to know that I'm a terrible kisser. And Miranda's like, you liar. Yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, you get the idea, okay? Okay, well, the reason, Joy, you're a terrible kisser is because guys won't kiss you. All right, that's why. That's why you're a terrible kisser. Anyway, back in Virginia, Carrie's cell phone goes off and she looks at it, okay? Carrie has cameras on her house, okay? She has cameras on her front porch, and the camera shows her a video of Miranda and Joy kissing each other at the front door. So now Carrie's like, she's happy for Miranda ever since Miranda went fucking gay. All right? So Carrie's front door camera shows, Miranda and Joy kissing each other. Aiden arrives. Okay, and we find out that Carrie's not in the house. She's in the guest house like she was the first night that she was there. She's in the guest house. So Aiden is kind of shocked that she's in the guest house. Now he walks in there completely soaking wet. His clothes, his pants, his hair, everything's wet. He just got out of the fucking river, right? The polluted, shit and piss infested river. He just got out of there, okay, and walks into the guest house where Carrie is, and Aiden apologizes to her, okay? He tells her that I never should have asked you to stay here. I never should have asked you to stay here for this many days, and she said, well, then why did you? And well, he felt guilty because she flew all the way down here from New York, okay? And it was too soon. Like he shouldn't have exposed her to all this soon into the breakup. He shouldn't have exposed her to all this soon into the 5-year breakup that they had. You understand how the show makes no sense? All right. So anyway, so she apologizes to him, okay, because apparently she owes him an apology too, okay? She says, when you told me 2 years ago that you were needed down here, and that's why you couldn't live with me in New York, I didn't believe you. But now I do. You need to be here without me. No. Bitch, he's already there without you. This is who wrote this shit. Oh my God. Anyway, so, he's like, are you breaking up with me again? Just like that, okay? Like the bitch that Aiden is. Aiden's always been a bitch. I'm sorry. I know you women like him, okay? But if he was so likable, he wouldn't have been fucked over the way Carrie did, okay? No, women like the bad boy. They don't like the good guy, okay? And he's too much of a soy boy pussy as well. He's the OG soy boy, beta male, closeted homosexual guy, okay? He's the OG one from 2001, all right? Or was it 2000 when they first started? Who fucking remembers? Anyway, it was a long time ago. Anyway, so that's going on here. She tells him, no, I'm not breaking up. And in fact, I want to give you this. Here's the key to the house that you're never going to go into again. Because I'm going to be fucking someone else as soon as I get home. Like, here's the key to the house, and you use it whenever you want. Okay, whenever you need to, okay, but don't ever use it out of guilt. I told you earlier in this episode, that I'm not good at games. I'm not good at games, but here we are. I've been playing games this whole time. Okay, I've been playing the waiting game. In fact, I haven't even bought any furniture. Even though we split up 2 years ago. Yeah, the last season, the season 2 was in 2023. So what the fuck? Okay. I haven't even bought furniture, and now I realize that your sons are never going to come visit. So no more games. Okay? He's like, and I love you. And this is when he hugs her, okay? Like she hugs him, like he's sitting there and she's standing over and she hugs him. So you see him, like he's like his head is buried in her chest, and she's hugging him real tight, okay? Trying to forget that she cheated on him like 50 times, okay, in the past, okay, and she's like, I love you. And to prove my love to you, I'll cheat on you some more. And I'll be there and I won't cheat on you ever again, except when I get home and fuck the gardener. Okay, that kind of thing, okay? And that happens, okay? And the very next scene is Carrie on a plane, okay? She's on a plane and we get the monologue again. Now, the monologue is Carrie's voice, okay? She quit doing it until this season. We hear Carrie's inner thoughts now, but it's not really her thoughts, okay? She's writing a book. She's writing some turn of the century book, some romance novel about some woman in the 1800s who lives in her house. So when she's talking, okay, when we're going into her mind, that's what she's saying, okay? She's saying from the novel she's working on, okay? Just shit about it on the plane. She's upset that the table she wanted, she looks at her phone, the table she wanted, that she was waiting for Aiden's approval, okay? Someone else bought it. Big fucking deal. Okay, it's your money, it's your house. If you want to buy the fucking table, you should have just bought it. You didn't need his fucking approval. It's not like he was ever gonna fucking see it again, all right? She doesn't know if her and Aiden are closer now that they had this discussion or whether they've just grown further apart. Well, we know goddamn well they've grown further apart. Okay, this show has never been good to the straight men that are on this show. The straight men on the show always get fucked over and they always write the script to make it look like it was the straight guy's fault that it all happened. Okay, women have never been accountable for any of their mistakes. The women have never made any mistakes. Okay, they do everything perfectly. It's the men that do everything wrong. And when a woman does do something wrong, it's because of a man. Okay, it's never their fault. They're never held accountable for anything that they fucking do. Okay, they're always praised. They're always getting their asshole eaten out by many, many different characters, completely unsolicited. Okay, the men are all need affirmations. They all need the women to be their mommies and tell them everything's going to be okay. Okay, that kind of thing. All right, that's what this fucking show is. That in between fucking Black History Month and a fucking Pride Parade. All right. So anyway, okay, so that's the end of this episode. Okay, but I'll be back soon because guess what? Another episode comes out Thursday night. All right, so I'll be here for that one as well. I'm here for the long haul. I ain't gonna stop now. I come too far. I ain't gonna stop now. Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching these videos, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.